important component is battery and powertrain. So today's session going to handled by Dr. Atal FDP, our proud alumnus, 2012 pass out. I just introduced by reading his profile shortly. So currently he is serving as manager for charger system at Ola Electric Mobility Limited at Bangalore. He also holds academic position as Professor of Practice at Knowledge Institute of Technology, Salem, and also visiting professor at Dayananda Sagar College of Engineering, Bengaluru. With 13 years of experience in R&D, Dr. Klan specialized in next generation product design, modeling, and analysis. His current research focus on electric vehicle, smart EV charging, power electronics converters, and demand side management. Previously, he held key roles including technology lead at World Mobility India Private Limited, senior engineer at System Level Solutions India Private Limited, adjunct professor at VAT University, Chennai, visiting professor at the Shipping Corporation of India Limited, Maritime Training Institute, Mumbai. His education qualifications are: he earned his PhD from Anna University, Chennai, where he developed a novel DC to DC converter and optimization algorithm for EV. He also holds the following academic qualification: BE, ME, MBA, MS. So he studied a BE in Electrical Electronics of this college. He completed in the 2012. Then ME Power System Engineering, MS Cyber Security, MBA in Human Resource Management. And also he published numerous research articles in reputed journals and conferences. And he delivered many seminars, webinars, even for our Institute of Engineers also he delivered a lot of webinar. So no doubt he is a opt person for our electric vehicle factory development program. So on behalf of all the participants, St. Xavier's Catholic College of Engineering family, that means management faculty students, each one of you, I extend our hearty welcome to you. So once again, I welcome all the participants. Hope many participants are coming late due to rain. Anyway, they will join. Now we'll start. The floor is.
Thank you so much. So first of all, I would like to thank Professor Dr. Masalim Beno sir. He is a guru for us, and we are very much devoted to him. When we are studying here, he was actually, and he is a guide for me in my undergraduate. Because of him only we came to next level, at least this level, and his encouragement, motivation that makes me to study more on some electrical parts. Before his arrival, we are very much devoted and learned much more on electrical oriented things. Even he take some subjects in my final semester, so that time we are very curious and learned many much opportunity. Yeah. So today in the first session, so I will introduce basic EV oriented introduction based upon my knowledge and our own company. Then after first session, we will discuss on product design. Actually, I am a charger team manager, so I will introduce our whole design perspective of 4 kW charger, and if possible, one more 350 watt charger I will explain. So there's a 2 kW, higher end and lower end chargers what we are building in Ola. In my previous company, we built 4-wheeler chargers as well. That's 30 kW. As far as Ola is concerned, we have only one product as of now. I mean, somewhat successful product. All other products are in pipeline that time, but in the further coming slides, I will explain the recent scenario, what's happening in the industry as well as in Ola. So first of all, we know electric vehicle is an application of energy, right? So in electrical engineering, we studied power systems engineering, most of the energy related high voltage sites, right? So this particular application, entire electric vehicle is an application of energy oriented, one application. So here, so first of all, if we consider electric vehicle, and one more side, the competitor kind of thing is ICE engines, right? So internal combustion engine, that is ICE engine. One side, if we consider electric vehicles are there. So cost, most of the time we used to think electric vehicles are more costlier than ICE engines. And population and pollution wise, we used to say very much less pollution because there is no tailpipe emission, and some ICE engines there are much more pollution, right? Every day it's polluting the environment. But the thing is that if you see the cost and the manufacturing cycle of ICE engines, one vertical and another one vertical, if you see battery vehicle manufacturing, it is very much easy to build a electric vehicle. Why? Because we don't have the complicated engine designs in our electric vehicle. Right? Only most of the 90% we have electrical designs. Like even if you consider our own Ola, we have only 5 parts, right? In electrical vehicles, if you consider only 5 parts into there, one vehicle control unit, that is the brain of EV. Then all together we have motor control unit for motor, battery management system for battery, and charger for charging the battery. So only 4 parts, major parts. So if you consider vehicle control unit is the master, all others are slaves. Right? In the control system we used to study. No? So all others are slaves. Whatever vehicle control unit request or demand, that will other slaves will supply. Motor control unit supply speed, running the motor. Then battery management system consider running the BMS operations, right? So all these integration parts will be handled by a power, a PCB, normal PCB, right? If you consider the cost of a PCB, we might know, right? It's various. Even we have a cost bracket always. In Ola, we have a 350 watt charger, small charger. The cost of entire charger is 1,000. That's the cost bracket given by the company. So within the PCB, we accommodate all the components within the cost of 1,000 rupees. But for customer it is different, but the manufacturer cost is saying form cost, bill of materials. So the further slides I will show the 350 watt design as well. Then normally, if you consider our own internal combustion engine, as I said earlier, we have filter design, engine complex, engine designs, right? So, but the thing is that this all entire complicated design concepts will be we can by going into this electric vehicle technology. So the ultimate aim of electric vehicle is to reduce the pollution, right? We already know in India we are a highly populated country in this world, and we are 40%. I mean, the entire world is populated. I mean, 40% of the pollution caused by automotive industry, right? So we do have a solution like reject petrol and going towards this EV industry, EV revolution. And even the government of India is giving so much funds for this particular segment. Why? Because they identified this particular segment will be a pioneer industry to eradicate this pollution and climate change issue. One thing. And even they are ready to take over this particular revolution, the wide range. Why? Because they are 20 years below China, right? For this EV revolution. So aggressive penetration should happen. So that's why they are giving so many subsidies to every company, EV companies. Even if you consider what electric vehicle. So as we know, only a few parts will be there. Battery, it's the heart of EV. Then motor, then we have a charger. So separate PLI schemes will be were announced by this government. Even for one Ola vehicle, if you purchase for 50,000, last year we sold for 50,000 per month, right? Okay, so last year we sold for 50,000. If you consider, this will be more good, right? You don't know that. So, if you consider normal electric vehicle, PLI subsidies were separately given FAME subsidy is separately given. So if you are purchasing one particular vehicle for 50,000 rupees, extra 30,000 rupees will be given by the government to the company. Like 1 kilowatt for charger, if you consider one charger, 5,000 rupees will be given. Like we have 2 kilowatt variant, 3 kilowatt variant, and 4 kilowatt variant, right? So 2 kilowatt means how much? 10,000 will be given by the government to the company. 4 kilowatt vehicles, if you purchase for 1 lakh rupees, means 15,000 will be given only exclusively for battery. Then own charger, if you have our own vertically integrated solution, right? We build our own charger company. So for that also they used to give 5,000. So motor control unit 5,000, then vehicle control unit 5,000, and whatever may be the parts used to get the subsidies. Then another subsidy called the FAME subsidy, right? So all these subsidy costs in the sense, if you purchase a vehicle for 50,000, 30,000 will be given by the government to the company. That's what government is giving subsidy to penetrate this revolution. As I said earlier, we are 20 years below, ahead of, not ahead of, below the particular revolution happened in China, right? So this aggressive penetration happens within 3-4 years. If you see, consider only in Ola, since I am in Ola, I am saying, so they started, Ola started in 2017, first product launched in 2021. Last year, 2024, December, we sold our 9,50,000 vehicles on roads. On roads, it is there 9,50,000. So see the penetration. How this penetration happens within 4 years, right? So that much aggressively, government also subsidized plans they are giving, and even we have a battery plant also. Ola is having their own battery innovation center, DAC. We generated one cell also, 4680 cells, fixed cells. So for that, even 2-3 weeks ago, government given subsidy of 4,000 crore as investment cost, initial, without any interest. So that's why government is giving so many subsidy to this particular segment. So what happening is, within a shorter duration, we are, we are playing with global giants like China, EOD, that kind of companies, right? Even we know today we have autonomous vehicle, and last week also Tesla launched its own vehicle in Mumbai showroom. So here, so wide penetration and integration of AI and machine learning concepts are also involved in this particular segment, EV segment. And also we will see even this particular topic, whatever we have this in FDP. The ultimate agenda is to understand how machine learning concept and AI penetrations are happening in this particular industry. That's what the objective motive event is, right? So that also we will see. So if we compare with humans and artificial intelligence, which one is fast? Even students may see so many videos, right, related to EVs, AI, and so which one is fast if you consider even today? Okay, so we have a neural networks and all, right? Neurology related things. The same concept we are implementing in EV industry, right? So if you consider, if you are seeing this laptop, how much milliseconds it will take in general, normally we used to say, the top intelligent or race cars driven person, they have 130 to 150 milliseconds they want to have for the sensing one particular thing, right? So we are seeing it, so that neural network goes to brain and we are sensing it, right? So that's a limited, at the most the end 130 to 150 milliseconds we want to have for sensing. Humans in the sense superior humans. Normal humans maybe 200 milliseconds we have. Even if you consider old age people, half a second they used to give. Right, half a second they want to have for the sensing. So the same way, if you consider artificial intelligence, that will take, Tesla cars. As of now, today's Tesla cars will sense within 70 milliseconds. See, even 50% higher than what the supreme human beings have, that sensing capacity, right? Within that, they can sense and they can develop their own code and set their target. So that's what artificial intelligence are doing. That's why technology is EOD and Tesla is leading in this industry, autonomous car, autonomous driving and all. So artificial intelligence also already came and some companies already implemented. For that also government is investing huge investment of money. That's why these companies are not these companies. These relevant companies are learning more. Even if you see battery technology, they are the first. I mean, Ola is the first one to get this PLI subsidy, FAME subsidy, whatever subsidy they are getting, we are getting. Reliance we have, they are also starting this battery manufacturing plant as of now. Tata also started. So as of now, there is no battery manufacturing plant developed their own successful product in India. Everyone is building. Ola also built and tested final phases in pending. So final phase in the sense it wants to give it to customers and test the final phase. Initial testing 70% they already succeeded within a short span, right? So what I am saying is that much technology oriented support government is giving. Others companies won't survive, right? And even if you compare the cost, as I said last year, we have a plant capacity of 55,000 vehicles plant capacity we have in Pochampalli plant, vehicle manufacturing plant. So every month we can able to produce 55,000 vehicles. Last year, 1.5 years, Ola is leading the industry. 1.5 years, top selling brand is Ola. Since we have low cost vehicles, our vehicles starts from the range 50,000, 70,000, 80,000, 90, 1 lakh, 30,000. So our ultimate aim is to reduce the cost of the and being the number one in the industry. But the situation, what happens is people used to purchase good quality products. They are not thinking about the cost. So now our sales drops down. Now out of 55,000 plant capacity we have, but we have sales of 70,000 per month. So what happens is last same year, if you consider June month, we have per day profit, not profit, per day revenue will be 100 crores per day. But now people are not purchasing too much, right? They are thinking about the quality and other things. So our revenue drops to 200 crores per month. So for one product, we have 12,000 employees last year. One product is the S1 Pro, S1, the scooters. We launched S1 Roadster last month, May month again. But that is also not going well due to some failure. That's the thing we want to analyze, failure mode analysis. The ultimate problem behind this failures is one thing integration part. The integration of vehicle control unit, motor control unit, then charger, all those things not went on well. So another thing, so this is the overall picture. Then another thing, so maybe research papers you have read that if you see the battery electric vehicle for producing 1 tons of lithium, you want to produce 12 tons of carbon dioxide emission. That's a research papers and they are saying, right? But the thing is, as I said earlier, one side if you consider internal combustion engine and another side if you compare battery electric vehicle. So this is one time pollution, right? One time if you pollute 12 tons of carbon dioxide for producing 1 tons of lithium, but it is lifetime we can, not even lifetime, entire life we can use. After the life cycle also we can use lithium. But petrol engines, petrols also we are taking from mines, right? From mining only we can able to produce. Then after that also we can't able to use since petrol can't be taken from back once it is run, right? So what I am trying to say is lithium is 90%, 90 plus percentage lithium can be recovered after the lifetime. Ola giving 8 days warranty period, and after this 8 days warranty period also, if we have our recycling plants, we can take out all the lithium, manganese, core components for producing the battery again with a new battery, right? So this facilitation and all not available in normal internal combustion. So that's a good thing, right? That's why companies are giving lifetime warranty period for their batteries. Which one is the costly important vehicle, electric vehicle battery, right? So if some companies are giving 100% lifetime warranty, replaceable warranty, so many people are purchasing, right? So some companies are giving, I think Alpha is also giving this. So if 100% recoverable, what the companies can have their own manufacturing plant and they can set new battery innovation center and they can have their own battery in the further coming years after 8 years. So after 8 years also the same lithium can be recovered. So without pollution, right? So one-time pollution 12 tons of carbon dioxide will not affect the further lifetime. So that's another advantage. So all put together, if you consider only solution is to go with the electric vehicle in the further coming years. So even government also insisted to go with the electric vehicle. Already it's implemented in Delhi. So Delhi, if you see 2026 August 15 onwards, they won't register electric vehicle. Register means RTO offices are there, no? I mean, for vehicle registration. It is not allowed to register their own internal combustion engine, petrol or diesel engines, 2 wheelers and 3 wheelers. So after 2030, the entire nation will be adopting these particular situations. That's why wide penetration they need to have. But as of now, as I said, there is no battery manufacturing plant in India successful. I mean, as a product level. Ola is doing, Reliance is doing, large tech giants are doing, but still there is no successful product. We are purchasing from Ola is purchasing LG and from Chinese brand for battery. We know electric vehicles, most of the things, failures are happening due to battery. Now people are taking courses from this chemical background, right? So if electrical persons combined with the chemicals, new type of battery innovations came in, that's the ultimate solution for India, right? So we can manufacture our own battery, and that's why now the need of server is more electrical engineers and more chemical engineers as one second. Not fully as a research based, I am saying. So here everyone is from triple background, right? Students? Yes? Computer science. That's also, yeah. So computer science also. So now we know entire configurations are based upon the supercomputers, right? I mean computers in general. Now we have computers, in future supercomputers. So if you consider one charging operation cell, there we need to have a separate C code, right? For charging cycle, how this charging wants to work. Hardware is one part. Next thing, accordingly, the software coding will be given to the system. So, while giving the design example, I will show how the software parts are also included in this. So, as I said initially, electricity production today is from fossil fuel power plant, right? So, can we say one electric vehicle is sustainable if we use more number of fossil fuel power plant and charge the vehicle, polluting the environment? No, right? It is not sustainable energy. How we can say one particular vehicle is sustainable? I mean, one battery electric vehicle is sustainable. We want to have 100% green energy, right? Then only green is green. Or else, again, we are polluting in a different way. Already we are consuming the electricity from the grid, so it is polluting the environment from the power plant itself, right? That's not a sustainable energy resource. So how we can modify means already in robotics industry, even the nanotechnology industry, even watches everywhere, how they are managing means it's an application of energy. I said now energy concept we are studying about solar energy, right? Mostly they are targeting solar energy for powering up the particular applications. EV is one of the application, watches, robots, everything they want to charge by themselves, they want to operate. There is no need of any external source or external energy from grid or anything, right? So that we don't want to disturb the grid at least some percentage, right? So at least some percentage we don't want to disturb the grid. So another way we can have our own battery. We have someone purchase electric vehicle means we have a battery in our vehicle. The same battery can be replaced as a grid. I mean, vehicle to grid concept and give back to grid concept is there. Initially, I said battery is a costly part, right? But whenever we are owning a vehicle, we are owning a battery as well. The same battery power can be utilized for powering up the grid in the further coming years. So, with the bidirectional concept. So in previous years we don't have the solution, but today we have the solution like injecting petrol. Oh, okay. Whether we want to have this manifest record?
Yes.
Okay. So if you see the global picture for vehicle sales, so normally there is a need for 10 crore two-wheelers a year and 10 crore four-wheelers a year, right? Sorry. Yeah. So in global, it's a global scenario. All over the world, some countries are not having preferring two-wheelers, right? Saudi and all there is no two-wheelers right now. But India kind of countries, I mean India, Indonesia, that kind of countries, we have two-wheelers sales are too high, right? Then considering our own Indian scenario, so see here. So we have 30 lakh car sales is there, then 2 crore two-wheelers sales is there. So, but even if we consider only 15% of us own a vehicle, Indians, only 15% of Indians own a vehicle as of today, and in future we have a demand of 2 crore cars a year and 5 crore two-wheelers a year. Because the Indian economy develops and we need to have more vehicles demand, but we have only limited number of players, right? So we know India is a highly populated country in this world. So we have a more demand. Even people are getting more economical growth. People are purchasing the vehicles, right? Even this 15% of vehicles today, what we have, the pollution is abundant and we can't able to sustain in this future, right? Even that's why Delhi also they eradicated this type of internal combustion engine after 1 year, right? Even today we are getting so many diseases with respect to this pollution, even though we have only 15% of Indians own a vehicle. Then in the further coming years, if you consider this picture, like 2 crores cars a year and 5 crores two-wheelers a year, people are purchasing things, we can't live in this particular society in this world, which means the pollution will triple, right? Even today already we do have a pollution. Then after purchasing this much vehicle means if we purchase the ICE vehicles, the pollution will triple and even we will not get beds in the hospital. So everyone will be admitted in the hospital. So that government adopted this particular EV revolution and they given this much subsidy, whatever I have given earlier, right? 5,000 per each kilowatt subsidy, PLI subsidy, PM subsidy, all are crores, 5,000 crores, 6,000 crores. That is how 2 weeks ago we got 4,000 crore for battery innovation center, battery manufacturing plant. So I will show how we are building it. So this is a global picture out of India's context in it for vehicle sales. So there is a huge demand for electric vehicles. So another one scenario also I will explain. So like if you see the growth, GDP growth as well as population. So we know which one is a highly populated country in this world. We are the number one, right? Almost 141 crores. China second. After Corona, we are the topmost populated country in this world. China is second after Corona. So they are almost similarly. They are 141 something. We are 142 already crossed this earlier data. So first is India, right? Second is China, which is the third. United States, right? So if you compare the third one, it is 33 crores, right? First one is 142 crores. I mean, we are the first one. Second is okay, 141 crores, and third populated country in this world is richest country, United States, but their population is only 33 crores, right? But the automotive market, most of the automotive market, whatever we are seeing, Tesla and other brands, most of the vehicle manufacturing and R&D centers are in US, so they are only manufacturing. But their cost is too high. If you compare normal vehicles, last week they launched, I mean June 15th, Tesla launched their showroom in Mumbai now. So their cost is 61 lakh rupees. Even whether Indians purchase 61 lakh rupees in general, normal vehicles, no, right? We have a budget of 15 lakhs or 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs. So there is a huge demand for Indian people, for Indian brands. And GDP growth itself, we are targeting our own GDP by $35 billion economy by 2047, after 100 years of independence. Our government of India also suggesting a number of schemes for that, right? In that, one of the suggested improvements they are implementing is in this electric vehicle, right? Another one thing, as I said, 20% of world's population is India. So what is there? So 20% of world's population is that much requirement is needed for getting purchased by Indian people as a electrical vehicle, right? So they need to purchase in the further coming years. So that's why wider penetrations are going on for EV. So as I said, normally all climatic change problems are there. 40% of population is caused by automotive industry. And this revolution already signed the Paris Agreement in the year 2015 itself, like deployment of 1,100 million electric vehicles, right? So another one thing, we like signed the agreement like 2015. We signed an agreement like 40% of our grid energy will be renewable by the year 2030. We know Indian government will slowly contribute for whatever they signed, right? Agree. But the thing is that 2022 itself they agreed and they implemented the greener energy 40% in our grid energy. So initially we said no, how we need to get the sustainable energy? We want to have the grid energy should be greener, right? Greener should be more. So already 2022 itself we I mean India have our own grid energy 40% renewable. In the further coming years it will be more. So they are implementing more green energy. Maybe 2030 they are targeting 70%. As of now, today, if you consider United States, they are having 60% renewable energy in their grid energy. Other than that, fossil fuels. So this is the condition of EV, and initially said 90% of all battery components can be recovered. That's a major concern, and that's why government, I mean, companies are giving so much lifetime warranty period for battery. Since battery is a costly product, but they can provide. Why? Because today we don't have recycling plants in India. Only China is having. Since they started 10 years, 20 years back, we are below 20 years, so that's why we are aggressively growing. But once we set up our own recycling plants, we can recover. Because after 8 years, what will happen? Not even 8 years. If you consider Excel, we sold 10 lakh vehicles last year, right? Excel, within 3-4 years. So this 10 lakh vehicle have the range of 8 years warranty period and 8 years only their lifetime for batteries, right? After 8 years, what happens? We need to dump this battery list, right? But we don't have any battery recovery station, or battery recycling plants. Some companies are trying to build, but there is a huge demand as well. So whenever we are setting a battery recycling plant, all the battery, lithium, manganese, all 4 components, all battery 4 components can be recovered 90+%, and we can use it again next further cycle. So there is no need of emitting carbon dioxide, 2 tons of carbon dioxide for 1 tons of lithium, right? So that's a major advantage behind this EV. And I said no, so EVs are not allowed in Delhi after 26 August 15. So that's the scenario we are going on. 2030, mostly the entire nation, that particular revelation happens. They will not allow normal internal combustion engine to excel vehicles. So already it's banned for 2-wheeler and 3-wheeler. So normally, initial discussions I said EV is having only basic components, not like complicated mechanical design. Internal combustion engines, we have many complicated filter design, then complicated suction pump, oil, many designs, right? Even as an internal combustion engine, we used to have regular maintenance required, right? 6 months once we want to go to service station and we want to fuel up this. But these are all not required for electric vehicle because already it's electrified. There is no need of fuel pump, suction pump. That complicated design is nowhere there. Even in Ola vehicles, if we have integrated designs. As I said, for running a motor, we have a parallel and synchronous motor, right? So that one earlier we used TLDC motor as well for low cost vehicles. So for running this motor, we have motor control unit. Only one PCB design, one power stage design, right? Then for vehicle control unit, another one PCB board. So vehicle control unit also have a controller and which will control the entire motor control unit operation, EMS operation, and charger operations. So all are same. So all these bases will be vacant and the cost of vehicles also comes down. Right? There is no complicated design. Then even today, even Mola's design, we have integrated solution. Instead of motor control unit separate board and vehicle control unit separate board, all put together they integrated in a same board so that cost will comes down 50% cost reduced. That's how the vertical integration part worked out and the cost of EVs again it comes down and vehicle space also is reduced. Even we have a new designs like we have a flat cable concept. Whether it's orthogonal, that's different thing. Like flat cable means in the TVs we have a flat type of cable, right? Electrical cable. TVs. So the same flat cable concept implemented in our own Ola circuit. So if you consider 4,500, 4 kilogram weight will be there for normal weight, what we are having now, normal flexible weight. That replaced with the normal flat cable concept in Ola vehicles. So there also cost reduced almost 50 to 60% as a wire. Some issues are there, but still. So that also implemented. So cost wise, electrically, we can reduce. So this is also integrated. So only this much motor control unit, vehicle control unit.